Welcome everyone and welcome to All in All United Europa League nights. Some people, have to now come and embrace Europa League even after they were, saying that they don't want to play Europa League football and that's why they're staying where they're at. But now they have no
We ain't
choice,
gonna
right?
call names.
We ain't gonna call no names, right? But
One ain't gonna call names, but I can call names though. Wait till you get to me. I can call names though.
But fellas, good night, good night. Javid on the inside already, man. That we were talking about Javid. Good night to you.
Oh, Jav.
Solid, yeah, solid performance even with subs, no doubt, no doubt. But before we get into it, guys, I know the last show we had, JP representing his alma mater, and now Simeon, who seems to be representing the same, come on. So we had to say congratulations to St. Benedict's College for
Well done.
yeah. Well done. I saw school rain again.
That's
Saw
nice.
school rain again.
Oh, God. Nah, but I read that. It was great. It's some of the best school football I've seen in years. So I mean, I say, hey, it make me reminisce, man. It was good to see
Chef.
that vibes. So well done
Chef,
to Benedict.
well, Chef, then you see for school football in a long while, boy. For you to
No,
say
I'm
that,
telling
you see
you, dog, I know, here's your mouth
see
now.
school football in a long
That
time.
school football,
right?
to be honest, school football has not been watching a long while.
Nah, that is not true. That is not true. That is
No,
not
but
When last you
Nico,
watched school football?
I'd agree with Chef on that one because school football wasn't impressive for some years, huh?
Dan, I want to know
School
what
football
you
has
talking
some-
about.
No school football had some decent talent in. Let me say
When?
before COVID. Let me say 3 years before COVID had decent talent in school football. But what you always used to do, they
so
used
the
to
last
take all
time,
the talent.
the
They
last
used to
time,
take plenty talent from Benedict.
the last time I actually went and watched. No, and I'm talking about watching it on Sportsmax. Actually went a game. Have to be at least 10 years. It must be 10 years, definitely 10 years.
Nah. But let me
But
say 5
watching
years
it on
ago,
Sportsmax, dog,
it had
that's
decent little
what we see.
football. It had decent little football.
That's why I was seen on Sportsmax and make me feel to go and watch nothing. But this year, yeah, good vibes.
All right.
Big up
All right,
St.
JP on
Benedict's,
there.
man. Well done.
And
I don't like
I
I don't like Fatima, so I don't mind that at all.
No, and I saying outside of Benedict's, I find the football wasn't all that impressive. To
I
be honest.
know we're coming
In comparison to how it was about 5 years ago.
All right.
Hey,
I'll take your word.
let me start the program. Let me start
No,
the program.
whenever we
The
put
man-
a community,
the
pulling
man-
everybody, we pulling everybody.
The Nancini feeling left out. Let me start.
Exactly.
JP on the inside, good night, buddy. Saying big up Simeon.
Right.
How is this pronounced?
I'm the first show.
All right.
Wait now, I went to Cyprus. That is in Cyprus. Omonia.
So fellas, we through to the next round of the Europa League, right? But it will come down to the last match day versus Real Sociedad in Spain, right? Where we had to win by at least 2 clear goals to top the group and avoid having to play versus those failed Champions League giants, right? And we haven't proven over history to have much of a reputation in Spain when we go there. So it could be like a little final for we, a little mini final for we. It depends on how you look at it. But getting into today, guys, we had a dominant performance that is more or less becoming routine, right? But we just seem to be lacking the goals to show for it.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, let me get our customary or of recent times, our 3-word analysis of today's game. Go through, Nico.
The nacho has arrived.
All right, we're taking that.
Yeah.
Phil?
Yeah, my 3 words are Dominance, refreshing, and frustrating.
Dominance, refreshing, and frustrating. All right, you go accept that, Phil, but it's supposed to be a kind of phrase, right?
Next time. Next time.
Simeon,
I think good sleep tonight. A good sleep
good,
tonight.
good
Good
sleep
sleep
tonight.
tonight.
Good sleep
Yeah,
tonight.
All right,
it's been a
all
while.
right,
I
all
mean,
right.
I didn't see most of the last 3 games, so I finally see them play a full game, or at least play this way for the first time in a long time. So I'll sleep well tonight.
Nice, nice. Chef, tell me, what you have?
I'm trying to think if I'm gonna be chef or if I'm gonna be nice. Harry freaking Maguire.
Oh gosh.
What you do? What you do?
I don't see.
Okay, all right. Hey,
No, why Maguire? Why and um, mine is set piece goal.
Boy,
When last we saw set piece goal earlier, you know,
listen.
Jody on the inside. Jody, good night, man. He's saying sad Fatima lost. My nephew played left back for them. All right.
now that fella have a one wicked bullet, boy. That left back. Yeah,
Yeah.
that bullet.
Yeah,
Jody also saying here, great is the GOAT CR7.
up to
All
that
right.
point, he was looking like
He was a sheep.
Kane, you
He
know.
was a sheep. He was not good.
Up
He
to
was a
that
sheep.
point, up to
Oh,
that
Potong.
point,
Eh?
the goat was looking very frustrated. Eh?
Nah, you look like a potong, boy.
Yeah,
I'm hungry potong too, eh?
yeah, the goat
Well,
was looking
If I
like
had to give my 3 words, it would be substitutions on point.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I watch
Yeah.
me. And if we're honest, that could probably be a constant for all games. Eh?
yeah.
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 Aaron on
Put
the
a potong on
inside.
the wharf, yes? A potong on the wharf.
I think
On the wharf.
that's two assists for Luke Shaw in 2 games, right? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron on the
Hey.
inside. Good night, man. Good night. Kevin James on the inside. Good night, buddy. Good win today, no doubt. Jody said my true words greatest CR7, and he know he doing.
That's it.
He
Yeah.
know he doing.
Because watch if he didn't score that goal on the Jags day. That's it. It's really
I'm
quiet, you know.
telling all you, if he didn't
Really
score that
quiet.
goal, we would have been stooping.
Yeah.
Yeah, then he can't talk. Roy Keane and Rio Ferdinand can't talk. Eh?
I'm doing on the inside. Good night, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. So,
Good
fellas,
night.
let me get some, your thoughts on the team sheet and any general thoughts on the game, as we go along now. Nico?
Yeah, again, for me, definitely we know Malacia was coming back in, right? Malacia was coming back in. We know because of Varane, is either Lindelof or Maguire. So definitely, from what we see, and as much as he would say that Maguire maybe not only came back into training a week ago, we know that Lindelof ahead of him, right? And I think we were confirmed that on the weekend against West Ham. Yeah, the hair starting as I could see that happening until we really secure the group. Or I don't know when the Brapao game, but right, the Brapao won bench for a while. In the midfield again, nothing surprising. The only surprising was Garnacho, and Garnacho for let me see, even if we say Sancho, yeah, because Sancho really hasn't been producing the goods, and from Garnacho performance today, yeah, if you keep up that level of performances, then Sancho gotta be on the bench for a while. And if Martial come back,
and Ilanga.
and if Martial come back, then again make it even harder, for the likes of even Sancho. So yeah, that was about it. I think everything else otherwise for me, Ronaldo starting was a no-brainer. I could always see Ronaldo starting and playing the whole game, because definitely not starting against West Ham on the weekend. Right? So 10 play the whole game, enjoy yourself, but on the weekend you're on the bench. Right? Yeah. It's not no if, but no maybe, chef. That is what it is, right? West Ham, you're on the bench, and you might be on the bench for the full 90.
I was starting him against West Ham. Then.
That happening, chef.
I would have started because West Ham. Anyhow, no matter jump people before.
Yeah.
Why not check on your the team and general thoughts and things?
I when I saw the team, I was like, yeah, man. I like. We want to see attacking football, man. We want to see. We can't be playing sheriff and looking to park bus or looking for to play. No, we going all out. So I was pleased. I was pleased with the team. I was pleased to see my boy back at left back. You know, well, we know we ain't seen Varane, so I was pleased to not see Maguire be starting. So them fellas and them handle themselves pretty decent in the centre back. So all around, I was glad with the starting. I was extremely happy to see Garnacho because I honestly believe that you deserve more playing time. He among a couple others should be getting some look-ins. So yeah, all in all, I was pleased with the starting lineup.
All right, Phil.
Yeah, so I know Reem messaged me about 12:30 today and asked me if CR37 gonna start later. And based on what was going on, I told myself nah, because that would be kind of a Ole Gunnar Solskjaer move. Because at the end of the day, back in the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer days, CR7 had Ole like this here, like a puppet, right? But then after I tell Reem that around 120, at 125, I see a tweet that said Garnacho and Ronaldo are starting. I was like, nah, impossible. I said I will wait till something official comes out. Now, obviously, Garnacho and Ronaldo started, which had me. I was excited for Garnacho, but I had question marks about Ronaldo because Garnacho and Anthony, as me and Rima discussed, they're both fanboys of Ronaldo. So I told myself before the match, I wouldn't be surprised if when they have the ball, they're gonna try and find one person and one person only in the box, right? Now, during the match, I told myself, you know what? Ten Hag and Ronaldo are both mature adults. At the end of the day, they can have a discussion indoors, settle whatever controversy was going on after the Spurs game. It was the Spurs game? No, the Chelsea game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, whichever game Ronaldo didn't want to come on. I can't remember which one it was.
The Spurs.
Yeah, the Spurs game. Yeah. So I know that two of them are mature. Two of them will have a discussion, and they will get past that little incident. Because I kid you not, if Ronaldo was on the bench today, it would have caused a stir in media, whether it would be the newspapers or social media, right? So as I start to get closer to the game, I kind of realized, okay, Ronaldo starting, it was slowly becoming understandable and not a surprise, right? Other than that, I was hoping that Donny van de Beek would have gotten minutes because the way Sheriff played is a very low block team, right? Even from the matches they played against other teams in the group, I hope Donny van de Beek would have gotten minutes, and so said, so done. I was a bit concerned with Martinez because, as I told Reem, also Martinez is one yellow card away. So if he had gotten a yellow card in today's game, he wouldn't be available for the Sociedad game. And then we will be back with Harry and Victor Lindelof, right? But no, other than that, I'm glad that Garnacho got some minutes under his belt. And yeah, the lineup was pretty good. I like it.
Simeon?
I mean, the same. I mean, I think the biggest thing was, as we all said, was Garnacho. And I think, the fact that he played, but he started the game. Like, you could play, but you can start a game that coach has confidence in you. And Ten Hag don't give out starts like that. He has to really believe in your talent to have you start the game. And I think this is what we wanted, that option that on the left or just in front, given Ronaldo situation. We need more people up front who will be more aggressive. So I think Garnacho has the ability to, at least play like 15 minutes almost every game. I know it's just Sheriff, but still, you see his skills there that you can rely on him. Both offensively, and he does a pretty good job defense too to come back. And track back very well. So I think having that extra option is very good. Malasia, I think with him and Shore, I don't think you could really pull too much out of it. I know Shore is more mature, but Malasia gives you energy and speed, so it's not much in it. So I think the whole game today kind of showed you we have more options on the team, than what we had, a few weeks ago. Van de Beek coming back, he looked that great, but but he looks decent, like he's ready to play. And he had Malasia switching to the right side in the end. Like I just think today that showed you options that we have on the team that I don't think we had like a week or two before. So Team State we played with a good team to win, but we had some variety in there, which is what we wanted in the first place to begin this competition. So
Yeah. For me, plenty of what Phil say is what I would kind of echo as well. You get the feeling that the Ronaldo start had two elements to it. One that he probably wanted to rotate his squad because the fixtures are real close, and it would have made sense to start Ronaldo. But at the same time, even if he didn't want to, the whole publicity thing, the unnecessary publicity, you don't want. So it's like you kill two birds with one stone. You get rushed for that arrest because that guy that you're going with on Sunday. You give him some rest, and you kind of do away with that whole negative publicity that's surrounding the club that wasn't even caused by you in the first place. It was a real joy to see Garnacho. I know some of us have been calling to see some of the youths get the exposure and get the opportunities. Garnacho was a breath of fresh air in that front line. Malasia as well. I'm seeing where we actually have two competent left backs because Luke Shaw in form. I don't know if it's because of the competition we got at the World Cup. Luke Shaw playing good,
so.
right? And when Malasia get his chance, he playing good too. I can't say the same thing last season when Teles playing we were Luke Shaw. When Luke Shaw playing we were somebody else. But this time around, the two of them playing, and you're feeling so comfortable with the two of them when they get the chance.
You must also mention that Malasia at right back looks comfortable as well too.
Exactly. And the thing about it, anybody could remember if Basaka was on the bench?
Boy, Basaka is
No,
He was on the bench. Okay.
No.
Because I found it strange that you're giving players who was out injured, giving them chances to come back, and you didn't give
Nah, he
Basaka
was not
that
even.
chance now. All right, cool. Yeah, so that was encouraging for me. The only thing is like, oh gosh, when you gonna get the Bravka chance? Because this man, you're paying this man. Oh God, it's better we didn't sign him and just keep hitting on the bench. So that was basically it for me. And business as usual. Right. So we spoke. Everybody's speaking about Garnacho. Let me just get some comment before we move on. Right. Jody saying here. The goal starting against West Ham, Nico. You're taking
You're gonna lose all your money. It have no way you're winning that bet.
I couldn't start that.
Dream Chase on the inside. Good night, buddy. Garnacho needs more game time. Alright.
Without Sancho playing up, definitely you guys.
Yeah, Jody saying here, you see a little benching do for Malasia. He had a good game, yeah. That was top today. Alright, Everson inside, thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying inferior opposition also contributed to this. Contributed
to what?
Yeah. Alright. So, guys, question. Did Garnacho take his chance? Right? Yes. Do you think we'd see him more now? And finally to that is, what specifically does he add when he plays?
Yeah, for me, definitely. For me, he took his chance. Right? He took his chance. And Tenag would have said something before. I think the reporter would have asked him, is a good opportunity to learn. And Tenag would have say is out there is not about learning. Out there is about performing.
Performing, yeah, it's true.
Yeah. He said out there is about performing, out there is not about learning. He said the mere fact you reach that level is because you're ready and you're ready to
Yep.
perform. It's not about learning when you reach out there.
Learning done.
Learning done. Right? Long to reach Stanley Theatre dreams on that pitch and Old Trafford pitch, all that learning thing out the window. Right?
Yep.
The decision making, your quality on the ball, the defending, everything had to be polished by that time. You're coming out
Yep.
there to learn that. Right? And you saw that, and even then I would have said it. He said it had things Ganacho. He wasn't impressed with Ganacho in training, and he said over the last 2 weeks, right? He would have worked on it, and Tenag was impressed. So Tenag ain't giving out no handouts all year. Tenag ain't giving out no favors. Well, everybody talking about Ganacho because Ganacho doing good in the under 21s. He winning games with the 21s. If you win the FA Youth Cup with the under 21s, so he deserves a chance. No, you have to be ready for the level. You have to be ready. And today he looked ready, and what to me what he bringing differently is that fearlessness. He's tenacious. He's not giving up. You're seeing where even when he fall and he get back up, winning back the ball, playing it off. You see where he going against players one-on-one, where he hungry and he had that desire. To me, that's the difference that you see with Garnacho and not seeing with Sancho. You're not seeing that desire with Sancho to want to take on every time. You're hungry for the ball. Game it and I'm gonna take it on and put something across or do something. And to me, you saw that tenaciousness from Garnacho, and to me, that is what we want. Because we have Anthony on the right hand side, and if you give him a chance, he running at whoever it is on that side. He trying to create. He not shying away from the ball. He want the ball, and to me, that is the balance we got today on both sides. So to me, on both sides we were balanced. In fact, the entire team today was balanced. And to me, that what we got from Garnacho today.
Yeah, Phil, you know, Nico made reference to some of the comments that Ten Hag made when he was asked about Garnacho. And I don't know if, well, at least I wasn't sure. I heard it had like on preseason, he had to discipline a particular player, and the player didn't see. We were asking, I don't know if I remember, we were asking why it is Garnacho wasn't seeing minutes on preseason. And when you listen to what Ten Hag say, it was really Garnacho is the player who they punish. Who Ten Hag
really?
had punish. Yeah,
Okay.
because he didn't mention it in his he didn't use everything, but they can pick up and they put two and two together now. But go ahead, giving consideration to the fact that, where he had to go through as a young player coming through getting disciplined, where he thought about his performance today and what he adds.
Yeah, in terms of the attributes and elements that contributed to Garnacho's performance, a lot of people, if they've been following Garnacho over the last probably 3, 4, 5 months, you realize that every time he posts on his Instagram story, it will always be about Cristiano Ronaldo, right? So for him to finally start a game with Cristiano Ronaldo will be an extra boost for him, one. And two, this is his first time starting in a European competition for one of the biggest clubs in the world. So it's either go hard or go home. And today he went hard. So at the end of the day, Garnacho's performance today, I would rate probably 7.5 out of 10. And the question that must be asked is, who got to start asking themselves questions? Elanga and Sancho, right? Because
Yep.
if Garnacho keeps up those type of performances, then Sancho, $70 million Sancho, going to become a $70 million bump log on the bench, right? Because at the end of the day, Garnacho is hungry, right? Because he's only 19 years old or 18 years old, so he's hungry. And I mean, as an opposition coach, you're telling your players, yeah, we got to try and mark out Ronaldo. We got to try and shut down Anthony. And then one of your opposition players, what about this guy Garnacho? And the coach will be like, who? Don't worry about him. Now you got to worry about him now, right? So kudos to Ganacho for taking your chance today. And hopefully we'll see more of you, whether it's in the Premier League or FA Cup or Carabao Cup.
Yeah. Chef, you want to jump in on this?
Yeah, so something I have debated with a lot of people over the years is this thinking, especially in English football, that at 18 and 19, you're, you're not ready per se to be in the senior teams. And that's only in really in English football because all other leagues, as Ten Hag say, at that level, once you're good enough, you're good enough. Full stop. You're by 18, 19, you would have been playing in an academy, you would have been playing in a system, you would have been playing for so long. So but at that time, you are expected to show, certain attributes of a professional. And it was, Canacho, he had his little problems with the discipline stuff and things like that at times could really derail as a young player. But he fight, and today, if that was an audition, well, boy, that man passed that with flying colors. And I'm not getting carried away because it was just one game, but now you put something not only in the manager head, but in your own teammates who play in that position. Men had to know, listen, my position is safe, because it had this man willing and able to come into the team and make noise. One of my problems I have with Sancho is Sancho has the ability to take on men. He could take on men whole game. And at the same times, like, I don't know, it depends on how he wake up, how he feeling, because sometimes I'm watching the opposition left back, right back, wherever he going up against. And I said, boy, that food, deal with the man. Ganacho listen, there was coming hard at Ganacho, and the youth will get kicked. He gets some good. I sure his legs have peg mark all over it. And the youth man will catch himself for a few seconds, and then he gets up and he go again. And that's what you want. You don't want men rolling wrong. Once you are an attacking footballer, then getting kicked is part of it. So I don't want to see you rolling down. Like if your game is to attack. And what is good about him is not only is he attacking, but he attacking with sense. So he making the right, you see, the final ball, the decision making. Once you pass the man is something I look at. And the youth, I tell you, today was a great audition for him. So I really hope we get to see him play some more. Yeah. And hopefully now it inspire his teammates, namely Ilanga, Sancho, to perform.
Yeah. Before I come to Simon, I'll just get some comments here. Everton's saying here, well, he's saying to Chef, once you're good enough, you're old enough. Correct is right. And Jody saying here, he set a standard for himself, and the coach, it's up to him to push on. That's very correct. We can expect nothing less from him going forward.
Nope.
Simeon.
I mean, I think Chef, said two names there. He said Ilanga and Sancho. I think Nacho is quicker than Sancho. That quickness he has is quicker than Sancho.
Step.
But
One.
and then you have Ilanga. The skills. He have more skills than Ilanga. See, you put that together, and what they don't have is that relentlessness, that belief in self, that want to. The man want people to know who he is. The man, he had to show to. As a United player, you want people to see you and have a kind of respect for you. We go talk about Anthony in a while, but like you want to go out there, you want to tell Sheriff team, let them know who you are. I mean, you look at all them little moves and stuff. It's not just to show off; it's to demoralize the other team. You want them to know, hey, you know which way I'm going. You can't do nothing. You have to have that kind of player, those kind of players on your team to break down defenses and just not just on the field, but mentally. And I think he did a good job of just tearing on that whole side down. That way, and that's the next thing is, can he have that final, like Chef was talking about, the final play, the final ball? Can he finish? And can he make that pass, the correct pass? Because everything else he has. He just has to, make the final decision because he owns that whole side he has. He owns it. So, I mean, I've nothing, I don't see how you keep this guy off the field the way he's going.
You're muted, Reem. You're muted.
Let's get one comment here from Eric Lewis. Thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying we should try Sancho on the right. We bought him to play on the right. All I think is really a positional issue with Sancho is a mentality thing because, I mean, you're all talking, and just recently Simeon talking about, tenacity. Chef was talking about how he willing to take kick, right? And we just always talk about Sancho not wanting to dirty his boots. Sancho pulling out a 70 in his favor. So all I really think is a positional thing for Sancho.
What position he played at Dortmund?
On the right.
He play across the front.
That's
right, left.
Correct.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I am not one of those people that accept this nonsense from a player that if he could only play on one side, or listen, you are a professional footballer, you're an attacker. At Dortmund, he was playing across the park. It should not matter. It really should. Remember, this was a debate for years about putting Rashford or Martial on the left or the right. It should not matter. Wherever they put you, perform, partner.
But Chef, I get what you're saying, but there's only few players that can adapt to that, right? And yeah, in terms of Sancho, in modern day football, a right-footed player is now put on the left, and most of a left-footed player. It's only back in the day where, let's say Antonio Valencia, he was a right winger that got converted to a right back, but he was always that traditional right winger. But that's just an exception. Yeah. But no, Sancho should be able. If Sancho's most effective position is on the right, then on the left shouldn't be a problem because he's playing into or cutting inside, right? So I don't see why Sancho's confidence should be low based on a position on the field. We're not asking Sancho to play in the midfield with Christian Eriksen or centre back with Varane. We're asking him to play on the left. So I guess Sancho's a confidence player, right? There's some players that need that confidence to play well, but when they don't have any confidence, they just play like utter dog shit, right? So
yeah, and Jody's saying Giggs as well,
Yeah, exactly. Giggs was good on both wings.
Yeah. Jody also saying, I believe that it will have certain games Sancho will start, especially when Marcel comes back because of their style of playing. So fellas, I want to throw in a little spin in the works here, right? And this is with regard to Garnacho, because for me, the comment about the discipline thing that Ten Hag had to treat with on tour, a little bit, it's just something in my ears that I'm thinking about, right? And especially when you look at play, this is your first tour, I think, and the manager had to shut you down for disciplinary issues, right? Do you all see going forward that the potential? Because even with Greenwood, when Greenwood went out with England, his first outing with the English national team, and he was on dotishness, and then where Greenwood career is now. So I mean, we don't want to spend much time on this, right? But just thinking, I guess for me that kind of it's I'm a little bit worried, a little bit deep down, that I just hope that this fella the bright lights won't go to his head and he could turn out to be like a George Best now. You know?
Um, well, in terms of Ten Hag would I manage it like how we just manage it now. You know, they do spare the rod and spoil the child, right? So Ten Hag deal with it immediately. I think Greenwood was getting away with a lot.
Yeah.
And also because of what he used to contribute to the team and the pressure Oli maybe used to be under to play Greenwood. I think Greenwood was given trouble longer than we maybe even knew, and he was still getting his way. But Ten Hag now shut it down early. Nah, right? And then on top of that now, this whole thing with Greenwood. So now you're using this as what happened with Greenwood as, hey, this is what's going to happen to you. And on top of that, yeah, what you seen, you catch yourself, right? Because you see what could happen, you sit down and you watch it and you catch yourself. And then when you're ready, when you're sure that you're ready, then you would come back. And I think that's the difference. And I think that he would have backed down the hatches that they would normally say, and we have came back stronger, and that is why he started today. And as I said, as I say, straighten the tree before it started to go crooked, right? Straighten it early, and I think that's what Ten Hag did. And hopefully it stays that way.
I can say the difference between Greenwood and Garnacho is that Greenwood was never surrounded by leaders, right? Right now, Garnacho is surrounded by, and this may be jumping the gun, but I think Martinez is a leader. I think so.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I agree.
Martinez,
Agreed.
leader. Varane, a leader. Bruno Fernandes, a leader. Casemiro, a leader. Cristiano Ronaldo, a leader. David De Gea, a leader. And I can go on and on. Even Ericsson, right? And the more senior guys, you see them as leaders are more level-headed, right? When it comes to these guys, they're not posting about partying on their Instagram like how Phil Foden and Raheem Sterling do, right? These guys are posting about their families and playing with their kids in the park, those sort of things, right? It may seem boring, but it's going to keep you grounded and keeping you out of the media and keeping you out of trouble, right? So I think that's the difference. Greenwood was surrounded by the likes of Maguire and even the England team, Phil Foden and Raheem Sterling, right? No, I mean,
Maguire getting bashed for everything. But I mean, they still, Maguire beating up people in Greece. So yeah,
exactly.
Point taken, right?
Hey, Maguire can catch a break, boy.
Yeah, boy. So I mean, Garnacho, I think
Your surroundings have a lot to do with what you become. Let's be real. And Manchester United has been missing leadership qualities in players a while now. So, the fact that I agree with Phil there that, there's a lot of seasoned veterans in the team now who will watch a man and say, yo, Dan, you on the real shit. Relax yourself.
You miss Casemiro in that one, boy. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I call Casemiro, yeah.
All right.
Casemiro and Christian Eriksen.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't like to think about that whole Greenwood vibes at all because it's just real sad.
Yeah, real sad.
I mean, like I said, the main difference, like you said, is the coaching and the players, the leadership in the room. Because remember, I mean, Greenwood was sat down for a while by Solskjaer. Solskjaer did you would see Greenwood for a while, like, but where's Greenwood? And they're like, well, we get some issues with Greenwood, and you just kind of shake your head like, you didn't know what's going on. But there was time when Greenwood was sat down, and we didn't really think too much about it. But looking back now, I mean,
he was getting trouble.
They tried with him, but in the end, I mean, so hopefully having leaders, and not just that, like Ronaldo. I guess he likes Ronaldo so much, if that's his boy, having Ronaldo there. Because Greenwood, when he was there, I don't think he listened to too many people on that team because he thought he was that good. So I don't know what people he was listening to when he was there. So hopefully, if it's one good thing about Ronaldo being there, hopefully that's it.
Also, just to add, I guess, to what I said and also what Simeon said as well, too, right? Back in the day, everybody had their own clique, right? So it was the Portuguese speaking guys, the English speaking guys, and then there was Team Ronaldo, Team Harry Maguire, and it was just so distorted, right? So I mean, right now you can see it more of being a unity at United right now.
A team.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Dream Chaser said here, agree. That's something that we did not have, leaders. And I think,
Yeah.
that is something that we have in our, but we will actually be seeing, we have in abundance now and it benefiting, eh? Um, Jody saying here, I just like how Ten Hag had business about how they were small players. As the saying goes, big Gucci, small Gucci, same blow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, in here, Philly basically say what I was typing. Hopefully, the influence around him can keep him grounded.
Yeah.
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 Eric saying here, what do you all think about Anthony shooting
We come into
spin
that.
at 0-0? Yeah.
Don't rush it now,
My
man. We coming. We coming.
my comment on that might be different to you guys, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think Jody telling Eric the same thing. We come into that topic and like Jody know the agenda. um, yeah, so we will talk about Ronaldo earlier, right? Because I mean, we are going into this game, a lot was said and or was done, and Ten Hag, basically had his fill. He told the media, leading up to the game, we have answered all questions. We will answer no more, right? And he was pretty firm on that. He said no more, right? Or they take a whole press conference, or they talk weeks about this thing. But even in the last show we spoke about some of the comments that Roy Keane and Ray Ferdinand, and they were saying Ronaldo will make the team better. Goals that Rashford didn't score, they were saying that Ronaldo would have scored, right, if he was there. So Ronaldo got his opportunity. Ronaldo played at 90 minutes, and he came away with one goal. Would you call this performance a Ronaldo redemption? After, as I said before, after everything that happened, we all made of his performance, and you think he's starting against West Ham?
Well, I don't have my say on it already. Definitely not starting against West Ham. Wasn't a redemption because to me he kind of cemented himself, or cemented the decision in Ten Hag mind that you're not starting against West Ham. Because to me it had a few chances. Well, that when I look at that score hat trick today, when I look at that score hat trick today. The
Yep.
one when the one with the tapping, I don't know what happened with that one. And then the next one when he had the whole goal open to himself and kick the ball wide.
You might even
You know?
boy, yeah.
Yeah. So to me that's showing, and maybe even telling himself that now, well, maybe my time really coming to a close on Ten Hag, right? Yeah, maybe he coming to a realization, which I doubt, but it is
I know
coming to a
that you
realization that
really see Ronaldo.
yeah, that now well, maybe my time really up because the kind of chances that he missed today, right? Prime Ronaldo, or maybe even last season Ronaldo wasn't missing that.
Yeah.
So I didn't think he redeemed himself in any way. And well, you gonna back on the bench against West Ham.
Phil?
Yeah.
I mean, the goal was a saving grace, right? Other than that, Ronaldo had some chance today that, as Nico said, Ronaldo of last season or Ronaldo of years ago would have put that away, right? Or Ronaldo could have easily had a hat today if he had took two chances and stayed on side for one of them, right? Is it has Ronaldo done enough to warrant a start versus West Ham? I don't think so, but Ten Hag will consider him coming off the bench for sure, right? Great goal by Ronaldo today, but I don't think it's enough to warrant a start versus West Ham.
Sure.
My player, my player, But he had a decent game today. But I would not call it a good game, to be quite honest. He had a decentish game. But those chances, we need a game is about margins. And against West Ham, you ain't gonna get all them chances. So, does he deserve a start? Did he do enough? I don't think so. That being said, I still think he's probably going to get. He definitely will be considered, but I don't think he redeemed himself. You know, as hard as it might be, I honestly think Ronaldo missing a little confidence right now. I think right now, a lot of things kind of going against him. You know, he's not performing up to his normal standards, and then he's not an automatic starter for the team. The man is human, as much as he cocky and arrogant, and we know. So Ronaldo missing something right now because then some chances Ronaldo get. The one where he tried to bend it around. Dan, them is
That whole open
bread
goal,
and butter.
that whole
Yeah, but bread
open
and
goal.
butter there.
Dan, I
Yeah,
bread
bread
and
and
butter
butter,
for Ronaldo. Ronaldo, 9 times out of 10, putting that up in the Egyptness. Or
10
even
times out
putting
of
it
10,
low and
prime
hard,
Ronaldo
dog.
scoring that.
Yeah, but dog, you talking prime Ronaldo? Ronaldo last season
Yeah,
scoring
last
that.
season scoring that.
So, you know, the tapping, and let me tell you something, you see that tapping? Think about it. The last few games Ronaldo has played, Ronaldo get a few tappings, just like that, and miss all, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so Ronaldo, I personally find him a little bit off the pace of the team right now, you know. So, I don't think he deserves a start, but we'll see.
Yeah. Simeon?
I mean, Ronaldo has a chance. It's like Ronaldo keeps going off and acting like, subbing off and stuff, and acting mad. But how many chances is he gonna have and miss? I mean, the only thing he should be mad at is his right foot, because I mean, the man can't hit nothing, and it's like, how you can be mad? Like, when you play, I mean, I don't play football no more, but like when I play in FIFA, that's the chance I want. You open your body up, you curl the ball. I mean, that's the shot right there. And if you Ronaldo can't hit that, if you can't hit the target, I don't know what to say. How you can be mad at anybody? How you gonna look at the coach and be mad if you can't score goals? And the problem, and Rashford is another problem. If Rashford hit that header, score a header today, see Rashford goal, I look up and like that Rashford. If Rashford scored that goal with his head, I mean, it's kind of hard. If he starts scoring headers, I mean, how you gonna keep Rashford on the bench?
Yep.
The quality of the ball too, eh? The quality of the
That
ball.
was a
That
beautiful
make it so
goal.
easy, eh?
I'm not gonna lie. That was a brilliant header by
Yeah,
Rashford.
that
He
was a
actually-
quality header.
But
That's
that's
a
what
quality
we
header.
say.
That's
I
quality.
can't find Simeon on that point at all, because as much as we want to say, Dan, that was a well put away header.
Yeah,
Rashford,
quality.
a normal Rashford putting that over bar or wide.
Yeah, the quality of the ball is the quality of the ball. The
That's
quality
a
of the
beautiful
ball, the
header.
pace of the ball.
all of
was
that header,
lovely.
all of that header from Rashford is all neck. It's all neck as well too,
Yeah.
Right? And hear this right. Rashford got a lot of stick because of the Newcastle game. Because don't forget, in the last minute of the Newcastle game, there was a ball from Casemiro that Rashford put just wide that Nick Pope did not even see. And all Roy Keane, these pundits saying, "Oh, if Ronaldo had stood on the field, he would have scored that."
Yeah.
Look at the chances Ronaldo had today. Right?
Yeah.
You're trying to tell me that Ronaldo would have scored that header versus Newcastle, but all these simpler chances that were given to Ronaldo today versus Sheriff, he ain't put away. And I done.
I gotta say one more thing. Like, I won't lie, I did like how the team looked with Rashford and Ronaldo in the box.
Me too.
That look they had.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe late in the game, need a goal,
But that had to be done because Sheriff was putting up nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. So you throw the entire kitchen sink, you throw all the food in the fridge at them. That's what you had to do.
But Simeon, if you look at that also, right? Ronaldo changed his game, eh?
Yeah.
Because he started to play from deeper, and he was actually creating from deeper. and he wasn't playing
Yep.
that selfish football he was playing for the last few games. Because Ronaldo from before, wherever he get the ball from, he look at the shoot. But today you saw some better dynamics from him, which created some of the chances.
But it hasn't been, and I would say in all fairness to him though, Nico, generally Ronaldo has been playing like that when he gets his chance. He has not been playing the same greedy football, you know. He has been playing a lot better team football, you know.
Today.
Nah, man, don't suggest today, nah, man. Oh God, nah.
I don't know who else on the panel agree with me or with Chef, but for the last few games, Ronaldo has been very greedy. Every chance Ronaldo gets to look at the shoot, but today I saw Ronaldo who was part of the team. I didn't see a selfish Ronaldo today. I saw Ronaldo who was part of the team today.
Let me some comments in, guys. Let me see if anybody agree with Nico and who agree with Chef. Alright. Joey saying on serious note, I think Ronaldo should have gotten a 3-match ban. As for the mention, for a moment he was getting frustrated again, and then like he checked himself and got back in line. Alright. Drink Chaser saying, hey fellas, finally Rashford score after how many shots? Hey, yeah, boy.
Yeah,
I realize,
well.
you know, yeah. He still needs to score with his foot though. He's on Lynch on the inside. Good night, buddy. Yes, man. Blessings and love, man. Rishi on the inside as well. Good night, buddy.
Rishi, I tell 9 o'clock, you know. You Lynch all in now, come on.
You sure they're operating on the UK time or Guyanese time?
Right. All that I mentioned of that.
JP saying the chances he missing real baffling. Age has nothing to do with that.
Yes!
It has to be a mental thing. Yeah.
Men talking about he's a step slower, but there's a mental thing.
No, but them think that is a factor, Chef. That step slower is a factor. Because it's on a ball, Garnacho give
clear chances. So.
Okay.
Yeah, man, them clear chances. Come on.
That free kick you get. The man stepping up a free kick.
Erickson push him off. Say, I taking this one.
You don't see Ronaldo kick no free kick ever in life again.
Why? Nah,
he might score one. He might score one.
One every 50. I'm not saying never, but it have other men to kick free kicks, man.
Who are you know? When last time I scored free kick for you?
Yeah, boy.
So because
the last person to score a free kick for us was Ronaldo versus, was it Spurs? No, last year.
Could
probably.
Be.
Yeah, it was Ronaldo versus.
And then before that is probably Rashford.
Okay.
Or Bruno.
Rishi saying here, Rashford probably scored because he didn't have time to. Why didn't Rashford that? To me, he always seems to overthink it, and it's true.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
But I mean, the goal was well taken, as Nico say. The ball was put there for him to just redirect it, you know. JP saying here, Ronaldo starting weekend, fellas. Russia on the left.
Thank you.
Right. Javed said he disagree. Ronaldo has not been greedy. I actually think he has been playing too deep. Right.
You find Ronaldo was deep? Who find Ronaldo was deep, boy?
JP also saying I with Chef here. Ronaldo has.
Well, out on that one. All right.
Right. And just to drive the nail in the coffin. Nico.
I didn't check all level. I just Ronaldo, man. No, Ronaldo, man. I neutral. No, but all the men who talk, right? So it's about bias in that, but I don't take that.
I'm not bias in nothing.
Bias in that.
I honestly believe the Ronaldo man does blast Ronaldo more than anybody else.
Not from on social media, them sickening bad.
For me, who does blast Ronaldo more than me?
Now, Chef, you different, you know. You real neutral. I'm a Ronaldo fan. You still neutral. It has some sickening Ronaldo fans in it.
I know. Trust me.
David Curtin on the inside. Good night, buddy. Thanks for joining, man.
Good night, man.
Yes, and he also saying to like, comment, and subscribe the YouTube and like you know,
Yeah, man.
the 3-man share. Appreciate it, man. Javed saying here, Anthony got pulled because of spin? No.
Nah.
I think Ten Hag clarified that, but we will get to that. Jody
Yeah.
saying Nico of lately CR has been linking players with the team, man. Interim.
Oh, all
Why,
right,
why, why,
Ronaldo
why,
fan.
why you trying to get me now, Jody?
Marco, leave it.
Defend on the player. Defend on the player.
um,
Case dismissed.
Nico, I'm a CR fan, but I just call him out, man.
Oh, good. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me talk since that you know, this thing with, you know, Javed talk about the well, I just call it the fidget spin, right? I don't know what's the real name. Some people say Anthony, right? So, you know, a lot of the pundits were very, very critical of that, right? You know, so
Yeah.
I think Savage
A,
was saying,
a little too over, in my opinion. But yeah, you're talking
yeah, they
about.
say he had to get it coached out of him. You know, it was embarrassing. He was showboating at 0-0, ridiculous. You know, and then now Ten Hag, well, obviously he could be asked about it, you know, in the press conference. So this is what the manager had to say. He said a skill like that is nice as long as it is functional and you do not lose the ball, then it's okay. If it's just a trick, then I will correct him.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
So, were you all thought about, you know, this? Let me just call it a fidget spin, right?
Yeah.
I call it around. It's called around the world.
Around the
Around
world.
the world.
Around
Yeah.
I will. I see two sides of the coin, right? Now, in that moment, I was laughing because I'll be real. That game today in the first half was so boring, right? I was so bored out of my mind. Just saying the ball go to Ganacho, and then he passing it back to Ericsson, and then Ericsson passed it back to
Casemiro.
Casemiro, and then back to Martinez. I was so bored. When Martinez, but not Martinez, when Anthony did that, I was all for my seat. I was like, yes. And then all of a sudden it went out. And then it went out. I was like, oh Lord. I know one of two things going to happen. Ten Hag going to talk about that, and former United players who are now pundits, who are English, are going to talk about that as well too, right? Now, the reason I will give Anthony too much stick is because it was Sheriff, it was a lower block team. We were home, and Sheriff it was a must-win game, but it wasn't a must-win game. It wasn't like how we will play Sociedad next week. Now, if Anthony had to do that bullshit versus Sociedad and we'll 0-0 down and be chasing that game, then I would be critical of him. But at the end of the day, that's Anthony for you, right? I don't mind the showboating, but with regards to this comment, you must at least find a United player after you do that showboating.
You do it. Yeah.
Find a United player, or at least test the goalkeeper. Right? It looked a tad bit embarrassing that you passed the ball and Casemiro was running and it went off. But at the end of the day, it was my entertainment for the day, and I was laughing. So yeah.
My thing is when you buy a Brazilian, you know, that's buy them for the goals and they buy them for the play too. You know? Because Ronaldinho do that, or anybody questioning that?
Yeah. If you lost the ball.
Ronaldinho? No, but what if Ronaldinho, when playing for Barcelona, done that, everybody clapping, you know, because people come to see that.
He probably did it quite a few times.
Of course.
You remember when we played Arsenal and Nani was heading the ball backwards.
Yeah.
Gala slip and fall behind this guy. And that was that's entertainment, right? But at the end of the day, in that particular scenario, we already crushed Arsenal like 3-0, so I don't mind that. But in this game versus Sheriff, is not a similar situation, but it's more of like Sheriff were providing nothing going forward, right? So
yeah,
my game was boring. I was tired of seeing these guys back passing, and then when Anthony did that, I was like, yes, good, finally some entertainment.
For me, you see them former players, and them need to hush the backside sometimes. Like seriously though, not everything had to be that deep though. Oh
No, but today
God,
United sell.
oh
Chef,
God.
anything United sell. So anything that see that could, we got talking point. And they're running with that.
And I talking about them for them former United players in particular. As a man, me line tell you, I lose respect for a few of them. Well, especially I used to rate Rio, but
Yeah,
I
boy.
Rio and Fools, but I listen to men and I realize men cannot put away the bias and be professional. So me, I'm trying to hear you too much again. Right. So back to that whole scene. No, the man fidget spin, he 360,
You
whatever,
go around the world.
around the world. Now, my thing is, I just watch that end product. That's the only thing that annoys me. You could do that notices. Let me just see it go to a player and goal. You understand? So that would be my thing about it. But to make this big hallelujah and you want it out of him, then you trying to take the flair out of a Brazilian. Wow,
Yeah,
you want an next Fred? You want next Fred in the team or what? Oh God, oh God, oh God. Come on, man. We don't have one boring Brazilian already. Don't do me that now.
Yeah. I agree.
Don't do me
But
that now. Don't do me that now.
if Anthony had done that in like the age 19 and it was 0-0, then I would curse
Of
Anthony.
course.
Come on.
Simeon?
I just find sometimes Ole could just laugh at certain men is go too deep for everything, boy. Everything. I watch Roy Keane.
Nah, but chef, you gotta realize that some of these pundits have to keep up a certain appearance and a persona when they are in front of the camera, you know. You gotta realize that.
Dan, you remember asking this. Anybody ever would have thought Roy Keane is a fanboy?
Yeah, boy. He
Well,
smiled on Ronaldo the other day
Roy
and
Keane
then...
proved to me he's a fanboy now.
Yeah, Roy Keane is a fanboy. Yeah.
Roy Keane is a fanboy.
This whole no nonsense label, he lost that. He's soft boy. He's a fanboy.
He's soft. He's a fanboy too. And I understand all of them have love for Ronaldo and them because all of them play with him. They know him from young. They win with him and thing. But and sometimes the comments since Ronaldo come back to Dread, them kind of thing is what foster arrogance and what make men think that they're bigger than the club, and that is why men like Pogba and all them kind of do all them dirty shit. I would have loved Pogba to be under Ten Hag. Real talk.
Pogba had to step up or you have any bench.
Correct.
Telling you.
Correct.
The thing is with Pogba was trying to dribble out of his own half.
Yeah.
Right? Like I don't know if you guys realize when Anthony started to do the round the world, the guy who was defending him, he was like,
yeah. He had time. He got on next one. Nobody would have been close to him.
He had time.
Yeah, I mean,
Let me get Simeon on this one. Go ahead.
I got a different angle. I mean, I might be right, I might be wrong, but like sometimes when you're an athlete, there's things you want to do that kind of reset you, like that gets your mind like reset. Like a game, things ain't really going right. It's something to do to kind of like reset or get your mind right. Like, and that could be one of those things that he does more or less to kind of to get his mind right to pick his game up. Like you have remember who was it? Usain Bolt. Before he runs, he do all the thing before he starts. Like different athletes have different things they do.
Different rituals.
Yeah, that may look like they're showing off, but for them it's like getting their mind right to pick themselves up. So I think maybe that's one of the things the Brazilians to get out to shake off all that nervousness. They try a little trick or something. Just get things going. Just to get things, the game was boring. So, maybe he's trying to get a different pace, a different mentality going on a team. I mean, I just feel like to get things changed, if it's 0-0, you want to get a different movement in a team, a different kind of flair in a team. You do stuff like that. So, I mean, it's the bad thing is he missed the pass. that's a bad thing. But I don't really have a problem with it. I kind of understand what he's trying to do. It doesn't look good, but I think for a team objective and probably a personal objective is probably okay with me.
I'm gonna just get some comments here, right? Vincent Frankenstein, and it's commenting from the YouTube side. Ganacho looks promising, definitely. All right. Aaron Charles on the inside. Good night, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. Since when Europa League have important games for rich clubs?
No,
Javed's.
you see, the problem is extra games. It's extra games.
Yeah. Javed said he agreed. Game felt like a training game. I feel like I barely hear Bruno name. Quiet efficiency or not involved. I think.
In that
I
first
think.
half, he was quiet.
No, and I think plenty of that came down to whatever arrangement was made between him and Ronaldo, because normally Bruno would be the one who get involved, and Ronaldo would be the one pointing. But I realized
Bruno was good in the second half, really good.
yeah,
Second half, he was good.
but in the first half, Bruno was the one staying in line with the defenders, and Ronaldo was the one dropping to get involved. So I found that it kind of hamper his game, and the second half it changed. So JP saying here, when I first saw this spin, I was like, yes, I love it. But then seeing the pass misplaced, I was like, oh gosh. But that's part of the man natural game. Let them Europeans gone from here always want to take the flaws of Brazilians. Yeah.
Exactly.
Javed saying here, when Richarlison did a different trick with no purpose, he was bashed too. Alright. Joey saying here, someone say something about Brazilians Day.
Yeah, they wanna take the flout of the Brazilians, boy.
Everson saying here, we bought a Brazilian international. The demand was thing. 5-time world champions for a reason. The beautiful game. Joga bonito. King on really pray on the inside, man. Good night. Thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying, but he caught the defender's fat foot and it was a good run from Casemiro. The pass was just a bit hard. I don't see the big deal. Jody saying here, but Ten Hag was disappointed in Anthony with it. When the camera pan, he shook his head in disgust. I think he shook his head because the pass was wayward, not
the pass, yeah, that's it.
The Venture the inside. Good night, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying, fellas, since Anthony signed, I was waiting for hit a man that's on the field. Wish it was Dyer when he was playing Spurs. Football is there to entertain. He got an assist next time. He could get an assist next time he hit it. Yeah, and guys, I mean, my thoughts on it. I am for the entertainment in football. I find, especially in England, they're trying to make football so rigid that, they want to take the imagination out of the players. Players need to be able to express themselves, however, in a context, right? Now, I don't know about, I thought the pass was a good pass. I thought Casemiro was slow. That is my thought on that. You put a player
the pass was clear, lad, but it was a good idea. The
no,
intention of the pass was excellent.
when you watch where Casemiro was and where that ball passed, a quicker player.
I think Casemiro's slowing down and not making an attempt to get the ball made it the pass a tad bit more disappointing, right?
Yeah, I watch it back and I just found that probably Casemiro, if that ball was going to somebody who, like, let me say, probably Rashford or Garnacho or even Bruno, it would have been a completed pass, right? I just felt the ball went to the wrong person at that point in time. That is all, and that is what making this big issue. Because if it go to let me see the likes of Rashford, he can't cross it in and Ronaldo tap it in, it'll be a totally different conversation. Oh, the skillful Brazilian, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I can imagine what that conversation would have been.
You understand what I'm saying? So I
highlight
do not
reels,
want
all over the world is highlight reels.
Exactly. I do not want that kind of imagination or that kind of entertainment to be taken out of football.
Exactly.
It is part of the game. Let the man express himself. Now, I agree with Ten Hag and I agree with the sentiments of what you all shared today. You don't want to be doing that 98 minutes against Sociedad and we're looking for a win and it's 0-0.
Yeah.
Right? Timing is everything. Timing is important. It was in the first half. It had plenty of time in the game to go. Why not? right?
Why
And
not?
and if the passes come off, as you said, Nico,
Yeah.
all over the world will be getting
Exactly.
reels. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
let the man express himself, now, man.
Exactly.
Let players not be fearful to express themselves.
Exactly. Let me say if you was in Old Trafford today and you saw something like that is something you're gonna remember for the rest of your life.
Exactly,
Right?
exactly.
That is something you're gonna remember for the rest of your life.
No,
Instead of man take that ball, spin, you gotta remember that. And to
well,
me that's
here,
kind of worth the admission ticket.
Just before you come in the film, all you remember it had this game where Chelsea play Barcelona in the Champions League. I think it was a semi-final or something like that. And Ronaldinho, that when Barca was wearing a kind of brown.
Brown,
And
yeah.
Ronaldinho cap one, he cap an ex-player, he cap an ex-player, and then shoot and score. All of them is things that you don't forget.
Exactly.
I know the end product was a goal, but come on, right? Come on, man.
And I think that is the whole thing. Because no matter something, if a goal that score from that play, nobody had nothing to say, right?
Well, that will be all saying. Yeah. Go ahead, Phil.
No,
Chef was on.
I,
Oh,
I
Phil was on.
I'm quite interested to hear what other football fans have to say about what Anthony did today, because we as Caribbean people, we like a little bit of flair and trickery, right? From grassroots to seeing players at the stadium, a little trick, and you're running about the field,
Yeah.
right? You're beating up Paley, you're beating up Galvanize, and pointing gun in the air and all that, right? But I'm quite interested to see what other fans who are non-Caribbean have to say about that, right? So I do a little research tomorrow and see what fans got to say about that. So
Yeah. As we wrap it, guys, collecting at the time, Rishi saying here, give the boy a chance now. He's still young. All these are lessons he will hopefully learn from, and Ten Hag seems to be the right person to guide him.
So
No
that means
problem.
Rishi saying that means Rishi kinda against doing it then.
Well, based on Ten Hag's
Showing
comments,
naivety, yeah.
based on Ten Hag's comments, he don't have an issue with it. But what I don't want is don't take out don't take away the entertainment aspects from
Yeah.
the game. Phil said he was sleeping and that thing wake him up. Oh, yeah, come on, man.
Yeah.
We need
Yeah.
these things in the
I
game, right?
was so bored.
Yeah, we need. I mean, I guess wish as everybody's saying, the end product, So guys, I mean, we had a rapid day, right? It was nice, good win. We didn't get a chance to really talk about Sociedad, but we'll see how we fare going in next week to that Europa League group final, if you could call it that, But guys, we have West Ham up next. West Ham now kind of on the up, so I don't think it will be an easy game. But the way how we imposing ourselves on team right now, I don't expect it to be, much different from what we've been doing before. The only thing, and I guess we gotta agree, is getting that first goal. So yeah.
Yeah.
So as we wrap it, guys, quickly, man of the match, Nico, quick fire.
I got a quick fire one, boy. You might have to think about it. Somebody else.
Phil, man of the match. Simeon, man of the match.
Ganacho.
Garnacho. Chef, man of the match.
It's between Dallo or Ganacho.
All right, Nico.
I go with Dalo.
Dalo. Phil.
For the first goal.
Just to split it even, I guess say Ganacho.
All right. I go with Ericsson. All right. Yeah. So, fellas, it was nice. Phil, Chef.
Wait. We can't end yet because we have to acknowledge the likes of Barcelona and Ajax and Juventus who are coming down to the Europa League to join us. Coming up, Sir Paul Pogba, Sir Frankie de Jong, the coach of Ajax, who was saying, well, Anthony wants to go to a team that's playing in the Europa League. As far as I'm concerned, Ajax is playing in the Champions League. Where are you now? When Valentine's Day comes 2023, you will be playing in the same Europa League as us. Ajax coach Frankie de Jong and Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba will be making his European debut for Juventus. in the Europa League. Let's end this on a
Juventus,
positive
Juventus are going far in Europa, to be honest.
Oh,
Now,
God.
Juve looking the worst, boy. The worst I've
Them
ever
could
seen
make
them.
an early exit. So
Atletico Madrid as well too. Can't forget them. No, but
Hey.
Europa League is going to be so hype come next year.
yeah,
Right, I mean,
For real.
this will be one of the best Europa League in a while.
Champions
Yeah.
League,
Yeah, but
Champions League
let me
overrated people.
let me beat Sociedad earlier.
Yeah.
And let them fight up.
Yeah. That's what I fight up with one of them big teams.
Oh, God.
Jody saying here, Jody gave the last comment. He's saying here, Ronaldo to start weekend, Nico. You all have a blessed night. I missed the scoreline by 1 today and had a 4-0 win. All right. So Phil, you telling me that the Europa League finals next year going to be bigger than the Champions League finals? Manchester versus Barca. I'm telling you, more ratings.
If it's a Man United versus Barcelona final, it will be 1-0 to Manchester United. Frankie de Jong own goal in the 97th minute. I call it now.
And then you sign for Manchester this summer.
And he say, he gets do a wing so. That's the plan.
Oh, God.
Sabotage. Anyway, fellas, it was nice, man. So thanks again, guys.
Yeah, man.
Those in the comments, thanks for the likes, thanks for the shares. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel as we're trying to build that platform, as well. All right, so guys, we will see you on the next one.
Good night.
Yeah.